I just bought a 2018 Audi R8, but this week we are spending some time with an American sports car that's a very, very similar recipe. Rear-wheel drive, dual-clutch transmission, mid-engine, naturally aspirated. Yes, the C8 Corvette for a week. Here it is, the C8 Stingray. We went on the press launch, I got to drive it out in Las Vegas. We did some track time at Spring Mountain, but we've got it for a week to do what we want with it. Check out that red mist paint too, that metallic. That looks really, really good. This is a 2LT coupe. I need to load up some stuff, some camera gear into the back of this thing. So let's see how practical. We have that mid-engine LT2 V8, some cargo space back here, and the front trunk. The front will take a Pelican case without a problem. That didn't close. It's been a while since I was in the C8. Nice. In the C8 on the way to dinner, we've got wireless CarPlay running. You'll see the heads-up display there, which is pretty nice. Big digital cluster up here too. Not bad. That's a cold start with a C8 in the morning. Ooh, startup animation. That's pretty cool. Nice. Here's a window sticker. It's a 2021 2LT coupe finished in red mist on the black interior. So 2LT means we got some nicer touches. Base price of $66,000 as option, just over $82,000. So it does have the Z51 package, the front lift, magnetic ride suspension, GT2 bucket seats, which have some carbon on them. I'll show you guys in a second. The red paint. We got red calipers. So it's a well optioned C8 at $82,000. Got that square steering wheel, it's heated, it's warming up right now. I've got those fixed metal paddle shifters, the full digital display screen up here. We have a heads-up display there. The very driver-oriented infotainment screen, which is running wireless Apple CarPlay, which is always nice. Transmission selector here, this is for your drive modes. We've got, looks like front lift, traction, and then the front camera. You can see all the parking cameras up front. And then the wall of buttons. One thing when I first got in, I was like, I don't remember if this one is a driver's seat one or if this one is a driver's seat controls. And I think I figured out that the top ones are driver controls. You see the little seat, it points towards me, and then this little seat icon points towards the passenger. So that was my assumption of the orientation, and my seat is being heated now, so I think I got it correct. The GT2 seats are a nice blend of being comfortable but also sporty. I think the last one I drove had I think they're called competition seats, was a little too intense. We've got the red seat belts, you got some carbon fiber there, and right back there you can see that mid-engine V8. The car is actually being briefly picked up today to swap the tires. It was delivered to me on winter tires, and it's super warm this week, like 70s. It was almost 80 yesterday, and it's understandable. I mean, like last week it snowed in the Midwest, Michigan, Chicago area during the spring. It's just so uncertain with what the weather is going to do. But because it's so warm this week and I want to be able to test the handling capabilities, acceleration, and just have grip and safety, Chevy is kindly swapping this onto proper summer tire compound for the rest of this week. But with that, it's come out of cold start mode. We will head into work on some new Michelin PS4S. Thing has 305s out back. We're making a quick trip to pick up some refreshments, so we're gonna test out how practical is a C8. We'll pop the rear trunk first. So we've got the engine back here, but we do have this large storage space. Do you think we can all fit it in here, Derek?
I don't know, it's gonna be close.
You said it's about golf cart, or not golf cart size, golf bag, or whatever they're called, golf club sized? Will it fit
you said it's
width-wise?
supposed to fit in here, right?
Theoretically. Oh, look at that!
One slid in there, nice and snug.
Nice. I'm gonna do this one next too. We do not condone consumption of alcohol beverages and driving. You move it with the Corvette first, and then you drink it after you park your car. That's the disclaimer that we need. All right, we just put all of this in the front trunk now. Let's do it. See, this one's not huge. It'll fit though, it's deep. It's definitely deep. And then just We'll stack the 4-packs. Look at that, plenty of space to spare. We could have bought more beer. Good job, Corvette. It rained yesterday and it's pollen season, so the vet is absolutely filthy. So we'll have to wash it tomorrow before filming. But being dirty doesn't affect cold starts. This thing cold starts like properly loud. Sounds good. The door handle is this little electronic latch right here at the edge. You pull that and it pops out and you see this little blade comes along the side of the door. I also want to take this roof panel off at some point. I think it's warmer tomorrow. Just wrapped up Friday at work, so it is now officially the weekend. First thing tomorrow, we're gonna wash the Corvette and start filming the nice B-roll, do the review, and definitely do a comparison with my R8. I already have a couple things where the C8 is better than my R8, notably like tech stuff. It's got the heads-up display, cooled seats, I think blind spot warning, where I don't think the R8 has blind spot warning. Cold start also, that's something, remote start. Remote start is something that most European cars do not have. I have only ever owned, wait, my truck had remote start, and then this has remote start. I don't think anything else I've owned has remote start, so that's definitely convenient. It's getting dark out, so from this distance you can't see how dirty the car is, but just look at this front end styling. It's really exotic, but the headlight shape still really reminds me of the other Corvettes too, especially the front end. So while it is mid-engine, still definitely Corvette. But then when you look at the side profile, you're like, wait a second, that doesn't look like a Corvette usually looks. That looks properly exotic, especially that little middle blade intake there. That is signature mid-engine vehicle, because that's where air has to come in. So you see a lot of mid-engine cars with things like that. This does have the Z51 package. We have that wing back here too. So you either get the no wing completely smooth, this wing, or the higher up, like the pedestal wing. I don't love the rear end styling. I think the taillights and it's a little more squared off, and also I don't mind quad exhaust tips, but some people got upset because they're so used to Corvettes with center exit exhaust. I do remember seeing a C8 Z06 or C8 prototype, something else they're working on that had center exit exhaust. So we'll see what that looks like. Let this thing calm down. Tomorrow is supposed to be in the 80s, so we'll take this roof off. The roof panel stores, I think it stores back there. It definitely stores in the car somewhere, so you can take it with you. And in we go. So I got to drive the C8 early last year when it first came out, and also got to track the car at Spring Mountain, and I distinctly remember kind of being able to keep up with a C7 ZR1 through the corners, but as soon as the track straightened out, it just kind of walked away from me with way more horsepower. But my overall takeaway of the C8 was how impressive it was. It checked all the boxes, the looks, the feeling, the handling, the transmission, the speed, the performance, and it really made a lot of other more exotic or conventionally supercar, expensive sports cars a little bit hard to justify. I was like, ooh, this is so good. It does so many things so well. Is an R8 really worth an extra 50 grand? And I think a lot of people saw that too with the vehicle going mid-engine and the new performance numbers. The market price on a lot of these C8s ended up being really high. I hate dealer markup, but a lot of dealers are charging anywhere between 10 to 30 grand over sticker on these cars, well over $100,000, and it seemed like a lot of people have been willing to pay it to get their hands on a C8 Stingray. I hate markup. At over 100 grand, I wouldn't do it, but at the sticker price of this 2LT Z51 equipped car, 82 something thousand dollars, 100% worth it. It is so much car for the money. Something else we can do is change the appearance. So if I go, you see the right menu, 0 to 60 timer, music, maintenance, but options. If we do display design, sport, this is the sport appearance. Going up, this is what Tour looks like. Now I want, oops, I went to the wrong thing. No, don't reset the defaults, that's the wrong button. I'll show you guys what track looks like. Track prioritizes the important information. I think that's for the ELSD, limited slip differential, tire temps, the various fluid temperatures. I've been driving because I'm on the road. In sport, you can also link it to, not weather, where's the link to driver mode. So as you change your driver modes, it'll adjust design. But let's keep it in sport. That looks nice. I have my Z button set up too, where you can just click that and it will set the entire mode, Z mode. Check out the crispness and speed of these upshifts and downshifts. C8 cold start through a garage door. I forgot the C8 did this. The windshield washer sprayers are in the blades themselves. Look at that. That's very interesting. All right, time to rinse off this car because it's filthy and covered in pollen. That is an alarming amount of pollen and whatever on this car. What the heck? I feel bad for anybody that has allergies right now. That flake, when the sun hits it, wow, that looks so good. Got a couple compliments from people walking by in the park. They're like, nice car. I'm like, thank you. It definitely looks really nice. You can see how windy that is. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening to the audio. Yeah, look at the trees. That's properly windy. That's not brilliant for filming, so I'll see what I'm gonna do there. But the engine cover / rear hatch also is soft close, so you just gently latch it like that, and it pulls itself shut. That's actually very convenient too. So you pop it, you just latch it. It's nice because it's such an enormous panel that if you had to slam it, I don't think that would be good. Being soft close is definitely important. Look how big this rear clamshell piece is. That's huge. We just wrapped up filming, so time to remove the roof on the C8. That goes back in the trunk, but I have some camera gear back here, so I need to move it. I think it hooks onto these latches. I remembered there was a demonstration and let us try it when I was at the media launch, but I also don't exactly remember how it fits, so let me just take all this stuff out and we will attempt this. All right, sun visor down, and I think this just rotates out like that. Yep. The same thing on the driver's side. Just rotates out. So this sub is gonna have to go in the passenger seat because once you put the roof in, it pretty much eats up all the trunk space. It snaps in like that. You just kind of slot it in, and popping it out, it's pretty easy too. See, it comes out, but get it secured so it doesn't go anywhere. Oh man, I know I keep mentioning this paint, but just look at the flake in the sun. And then we'll go and soft close this rear trunk. Nothing else back there to protect it. And now we have no roof on the C8. Yeah. We've also been testing out this new camera, the Insta360 So some of the in-cabin shots were with this camera. Look at the size of that lens and sensor. That's the 1-inch edition. Compared to like a GoPro, look, this is a GoPro. It's not even comparable. It's puny, so the footage here should look nice. We'll get a couple shots with the top down, driving around. Top down on the Corvette's definitely fun. Let's start the R8 out and pull it out of the garage. I am really enjoying the top down experience, or I guess just top off, it's top in the trunk experience with the Targa top on the C8. It's just nice. It's such a glorious day out. It is pretty windy, but getting some sun is always enjoyable. Off to get some gas because I've been driving like a maniac and burning through a lot of fuel at the rate of 14 miles per gallon. So we'll fuel up, we're off to dinner with the C8. It was so cool having the R8 and C8 out. I just filmed a video talking about, is the R8 actually worth that much more than the C8? So go watch that. That's a good way to leave it at a red light. You can't be in a parking garage with a C8 and the top off and not make a little bit of noise. And look, another C8. I think that's Elkhart Blue, if I'm not mistaken. Look at all these camera angles. It's really nice overhead view for front. If I go into reverse, there you go, backup camera. But these two are so fish-eyed, I'm not even sure what, obviously the front of the car, but what am I really looking at here? They've got such a fish-eyed effect for the lenses. I mean, it's better than not having a camera at all, for sure. All right, we'll put the roof back on the C8. Andrew's holding the camera. So if the video footage is bad or upside down, you can blame Andrew. See, this is absolutely a one-person job, which is actually pretty cool. Assuming you're not one person that's only 5 foot tall.
Yeah, I feel for short people right now trying to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually really easy. It's just one latch in the middle and then 2 latches on either side, but you do have to flip the sun visors down, which I forgot to do, I think. Either that or I'm user erroring. And then...
A little bit of user error. There we go.
Yeah, a little bit of user error. So Andrew.
No.
No?
Whatever you're going to ask.
No?
Yeah, what?
What do you think of the C8? Because this is my living with the C8 video.
Actually, it's awesome. It's such a cool car. I cannot wait. As you said earlier, I cannot wait for the upgraded version. Yeah, either the Z06 or the ZR1.
Wait.
Lots of rumors about what's happening.
Z06 and ZR1?
No. You can say Z if you want. I say Z if I'm talking about the alphabet, but when you talk about a car,
yeah,
it's a ZR1.
Ah.
Z's dead, baby.
What?
Oh, you haven't watched the movie, have you? Oh.
What movie?
No, right.
What movie?
Really?
What movie?
Pulp Fiction?
Oh, maybe I shouldn't include this in the video.
Yeah.
So I let Andrew drive the R8 earlier. We had both the cars out, and they've got different personalities. They're both extremely capable, very fast. Andrew also agrees that I need to put an exhaust on the R8, so that will happen. Because honestly, I think the C8 under full throttle might be a little bit louder. It had some, it like pops and cracks the exhaust, so it sounds pretty good. Soft closed door of that. We're gonna go outside, relax a bit before we get dinner. Close up the C8. Here's something I haven't demonstrated yet, the vehicle front lift. You press that button, hear that noise. You can also remember it, so I believe it's got GPS, so it can save if you're approaching a driveway or a known bump or something. You can save the vehicle front lift, and you see how quickly it just brought the front. Whoa, it feels kind of weird driving. And I can press the button again, and it will drop it back down. Vehicle lowering, very quick up and down, a lot faster than some of the other ones you find in even higher end exotics and supercars, so that's absolutely convenient. Wrapping up my week with the C8, it's arguably a better daily driver than my R8, and really my only complaint with it is the red line in terms of how charismatic and exciting the engine is. 6,500 is all right, but not quite anything compared to 8,000 or 9,000 RPM high revving NA motors. It makes very, very good use of that power band though. This thing is properly fast. The C8 checks all the boxes. I'm happy to say, after a year of not driving one and driving it again on the road, real world, using and living with the C8, this thing is great. Really good sports car. Chevy did an amazing job, especially at the sticker price of this one of $82,250. Absolutely buy the Z51 package. Check out the full review where I get a little more in-depth with my thoughts on the car. It's practical, it looks great, sounds pretty good, it drives awesome, great 8-speed DCT. Really like this car a lot. Make sure you check out the R8 vs. C8 video too, because you'll hear me say some interesting things. Otherwise, I appreciate the support. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching.